Welcome, ladies, gents, and various lurkers of all ages, to another Monday Cheerleague match. We'll be watching Nexus and Chill take on Aviato tonight, and we're hoping for a good scrap as always. And I'm here with my co-caster, New Type. How you doing tonight, New Type?
I'm doing great. The blinds are shut, the lights are turned down, scotch is in hand. It's chair league. It's great. We got two really good teams here tonight. Excellent records on both of them, and we're playing on Towers of Doom. So it's my understanding that contact has been made with both teams. So we're going to be setting up the draft relatively soon here. But let's talk about the map. And let's talk about recent changes to the heroes scene that may affect things on this map. The big hullabaloo, the big word on the street is naturally what people are doing to adapt to Li Ming and Rhaegar. Rhaegar tuned down a couple weeks back and readjusted in the most previous patch. Still sitting very strong with very high win rates across pretty much every level of play. Li Ming toned down significantly in the last week, and we're seeing her numbers start to curtail ever so slightly as counterplay starts being drawn out against her, and as new builds are picked up to counter the loss of that pivotal S of Johann skill that was removed. So as I said, we're on Towers of Doom tonight, a very unique map for those of you who are new to the hero scene or just getting into Chair League. Towers of Doom is the only map where the heroes, played by the characters, played by the players, cannot directly assault the opposing core and win the game. The only way to win the game is through capturing and channeling specific locations, altars that crop up over the course of the game. There are a couple other small ways of inflicting damage on the core, such as capping the boss or getting some of the merc camps. But unlike other maps, if you win that big team fight at level 20, level 22, wherever, it's not one of those situations where you can just pack up the whole team, get in the party bus, and just ride to victory and core your opponent. These games, they're going to go on a little bit longer depending on how each team handles picking up these shrines as they zone in. It's an interesting map. You'll find a lot of teams go for more late game oriented drafting picks. Sometimes you'll see very heavy laners try and push out a lane and then secure the merc camps along the bottom side, which now are guaranteed to travel down the bottom side of that bottom lane. Previously, in previous versions of this map, mercs at the bottom lane could go either into the top lane or the bottom lane, depending on what structures are present. So you're going to see a lot more attention paid to that bottom lane, because you're looking at potentially 6 points of damage done to your core if both merc camps can capitalize on that. We're going to be starting the draft in just a couple of minutes here. We're filling up the room in the custom game here. All the teams and their members appear to be present. So looks like we're about to get started.
Yeah, absolutely. And yet again, Stitches is still not fixed, so Stitches is still banned for the game here. So we'll just see how that plays in. I'm excited to actually see how Stitches will come back eventually, but
I mean, with Jaina Rising and Stitches, at least ostensibly on paper, being sort of the anti-mage tank, I would like to see him pick up some steam, pick up some speed here in the North American meta. In the EU meta, you see him everywhere. He's all over the place in the EU server, paired often with Tassadar. For those of you not aware, Stitches is banned due to a bug in custom games only. So you'll still see him in Hero League, you'll still see him in Team League and everywhere. In custom games only, where a hook from the Fog of War actually lags out the game and causes serious frame rate issues. So we're not going to be seeing Stitches. He's taking a short break. He's going to the beach. He's working on his tan. So we'll see how he does when he comes back. But No, we'll see what the teams decide who is going to be voluntarily banned in this game. And, we're going to be starting this draft up relatively soon here. And again, welcome to everyone who has tuned in here, who is missing out on the Squirtle Squad game. We appreciate you all coming by and watching. We're going to have a great game in our hands here tonight between Nexus and Chill and Aviato. Both teams 3-1. So somebody is going to be pushing ever further up to the top and going 4-1. Someone's going to be, falling a little bit. Both teams also on a bit of a win streak. You're seeing Aviato has won their last 3 games in a row, only losing their first match. And Nexus and Chill has won 2 games in a row. So they're looking to pick up a third one in a row here. So, yeah, a lot on the table, a lot at stake as we get started here.
Steak. Okay, so we should be getting into this very shortly here. I'm just sending out the captain's links right now, and we'll be switching over to the drafting screen here in a second. So, what do we expect to see tonight here, New Type? You expecting a lot of variation in builds, or are you expecting sort of a traditional?
I think we can expect either a Zagara ban or a Zagara pickup. She's just too good a laner, and she has too much late game influence in team fights to leave on the table. Having a good global presence is also handy on this map. It lets you get to those towers quickly. You're probably going to see Falstad. You might maybe see Brightwing as a healer. That's a tough one, though. But it looks like we're about to get started here.
Yep.
Nexus and Chill is our home team, so they're going to be given the first ban and the first pick once it slides back around to them. So let's see what they go with.
Mm-hmm. So Zagara, first ban. Good call. And I'm expecting still a Li Ming ban on this one because this is such a objective based. Oh, Rhaegar. Okay.
Rhaegar.
I was gonna say because this is such an objective based map. Because the only way to damage the core is via the objectives. Taking team fights, being able to take a team fight with the 4-on-5 is vital. Or being able to just remove people from being able to contest these objectives.
Yeah, that's an intelligent ban on Zagara because it forces Aviato to either let both sort of overpowered characters through or just one of them. And by banning Rhaegar, they lock in the Li Ming for Nexus and Chill.
Yep.
And that's advantage to Nexus and Chill right now. They're definitely setting the pace of this draft.
Mm-hmm. So not a surprise there. That has been sort of the standard first 3 for a little while here. But interestingly enough, Thrall and Johanna picked up very quickly from Aviato. And I would actually think that's a pretty intelligent choice there.
That's a respectable counter to Li Ming. Thrall can be very dangerous when he gets up in her face, and he has the self-sustain to manage through longer team fights. So both these characters are going to be looking for a late game. They're looking to stay into the late game, and they're looking to maintain through these long fights at these towers here. And there's Falstad, excellent. A global presence, able to soak a lane, delay his entry into a team fight, and then immediately zip in and support his team when it really becomes necessary.
I love Falstad.
You do love Falstad. I want to let you gush for a few seconds on just how good he can be.
Oh my gosh! I mean, the fact that he has okay, so the Magestad build is more recently been in vogue after the changes to Boomerang, and as well as the buff to his Hinterland Blast, because when they upped the time, so recently they upped his Hinterland Blast cooldown from 90 seconds to 120 seconds, and they did not increase the damage. And the recent change.
Hold 1 second. We're gonna have to cut you off real quick.
Yeah,
here. Sorry.
okay.
No. So we're the teams are proceeding.
Mm-hmm.
Nexus and Chill has picked up Muradin as their tank, which I think is pretty smart against a Thrall who's going to be diving in against Li Ming. And Uther was subsequently banned by Aviato, so they are looking to curtail the healing and potentially the dive of Nexus and Chill if they're looking to take one more damage dealing hero it sort of locks out a couple dangerous melee potentials. But
I'm actually surprised they didn't ban out Morales. Morales is really strong with her positioning, especially on this map where the point of entries for each of the objectives is pretty set, and she being a ranged healer, much more so than some of the other people, and such a sustained healer at that. It's an interesting choice for her not to be banned at this point. Maybe they're hoping to play her.
And Jaina banned out by Nexus and Chill. This is a great pick because it denies Aviato pretty much any other burst dealer. I mean, they can do Kael'thas.
Yep.
That's one, but Kael'thas has fallen seriously in the meta in the last couple of weeks following his nerfs. So Aviato is going to have to, they're going to have to stand on their head to make Kael'thas work here, especially against the long range of Falstad and Li Ming.
So Raynor also picked up, and that's very smart in response to the build that's currently going here. Just the point denial. Oh, and there's Morales picked up for. It is.
So Raynor Morales pairing, great. Absolutely stellar damage dealing there, and you're seeing Karazim, Tassadar supporting a Muradin, Falstad, Li Ming from Nexus and Chill. So Nexus and Chill is looking for mobility and area denial, and Aviato is looking for just focused damage. Kael'thas, Raynor, Thrall, they're going to select a target that is out of position, and they are going to remove it at the beginning of every single one of these team fights. And so it's going to be, the fast and the nimble versus the hardy and dangerous, and we're going to see who wins this cat and mouse game.
So who do you think won this draft, New Type?
Oh, gosh, this is a tough one. I'm going to have to say double support's an interesting pick from Nexus and Chill.
See, I think Tassadar is actually a very undervalued choice at this point. That force wall can really make or break some of these engagements, because sometimes those objectives are taken or missed by seconds or moments even.
I'm going to have to give this one to I'm gonna go with Aviato. I know you're gonna be a Falstad fanboy. I'm just gonna pick Aviato to spite you.
Okay. All right.
So I'm rooting for the red team here, and I'll let you. I'll let you root for the blue team.
Well, honestly, it's gonna be a good match either way, I feel. Just a lot of great players from all sides, and a lot of great picks, and we'll see how this goes. So it sounds like the teams are getting ready here.
Set.
And we're gonna drop right into Towers of Doom. So once again, for those people who missed the intro here, Towers of Doom is one of the only maps where you cannot directly attack the cores. So this is actually a very objective focused map. So every about 2-3 minutes or so, or after the first 2-3 minutes, and then every, I think, 90 seconds or so, altars will pop up, and capturing that objective means that you do a certain amount of damage to the enemy team. So
yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, like I said, we're seeing just gobs of mobility on our blue team versus the intense focus damage of our red team. Forts on blue team, I'm very interested to see how the Tassadar and Karazim divvy up the support duties. The Thralls Sunderings are going to have to be on point so that they can get to that juicy backline. So we've got, I'll just handle these in the blue trunks on the left hand side here, playing for Team Nexus and Chill, if I'm not mistaken. We've got Artesian on the Raynor. Or no, excuse me, that blue is Aviato. Artesian on the Raynor. Brosidon on Kael'thas. Variations on Johanna. Impact on Morales. And Riker on Thrall. My colors are switched again. So that is red team on the right-hand side. I hate how that happens. Blue team on the left-hand side, representing Nexus and Chill, is Nutmeg on Li Ming, Dr. Science on Tassadar, Kojay on Karazim, Muffin Man on Muradin, and Kabozko on Falstad.
All right, and a very quick scrap in the middle already. Wow, a lot of damage just going straight out there. It's impressive.
Yeah, both teams looking to get a quick little pickup there. Slight advantage to Aviato, but it looks like things are going to normalize and teams are going to slowly start taking their lanes.
Not a lot of damage put out. Mana looks about even on both sides as well, and Falstad using his fly to quickly move up to top lane to start soaking, and Kael'thas starting on the bottom lane against Li Ming. So what do you think of this?
That's a tough matchup for Kael'thas. His range is not that substantial.
Oh,
Li Ming is not the toughest hero. Oh no! Kael'thas pounced upon by the mid lane of Nexus and Chill and deleted.
Yeah, great rotation there. Just the 3. That's four in bottom here. That is a sizable amount of damage there, and Kael'thas just did not expect that early rotation.
No.
So, early kill doesn't really mean that much, though. It just means first blood. That's all.
And both teams, as far as talents are concerned, very standard stuff. Extremely standard. Coming from Aviato, we're seeing Seasoned Marksman, Mana Addict, very standard talents from all heroes. Coming from Nexus and Chill, the blue team, we're seeing Transcendence from Monk naturally, so they are taking the heal build. Aether Walk from the Li Ming, so we're going to be seeing a teleport build from the Li Ming. And standard stuff from the rest. Reverb on the Muradin, Seasoned Marksman on the Falstad. And Falstad potentially going to be joining this team fight once it starts to get heated.
Oh, he better. I mean,
yeah, it's starting.
Yep. He's desperately trying to get to 4, I think.
I don't think they're going to win this race, though. I mean,
he's starting the rotation down, though. And Kael'thas is just picking up the objective here, and I think they just have to let him take it. Yeah. Falstad was just a little bit late on that rotation, trying to get 4, and just could not get it.
Yeah, and I mean, the XP gain that he obtained was not that substantial. Now they're starting to pull away a little bit here now that the blue and red team are both turning to lanes, but it did not help him in that specific instance.
And Falstad has to be a little careful here with Thrall and Morales moving back up to take back control of the top lane.
Yeah, he's just... Oh, I thought he was just going to hide in the bushes and let it soak a bit, but pokes a little and has to retreat as a result. No one in mid lane. All teams either scrapping in bottom or scrapping at top. Li Ming rotating now to pick up that missing XP. And it's anyone's game at the moment. I mean, it's really no serious advantage, either from just terms of play or positioning.
Well, I mean, the win rates sort of reflect that, right? 3-1, I think, from both teams.
So it looks like very standard stuff. Kael'thas with gathering power at 4.
Oh, really?
Fantastic. The confidence from this Kael'thas player. I love it. So Raynor does go down at bottom here. Oh, that's unfortunate. And we'll have to see how they react to this. So both teams knocking on the door of 7, and it looks like Nexus and Chill might reach there a little bit quicker. We'll have to see if Aviato pauses to soak their way to 7, or if they're going to just try and secure their tower, or secure their altar.
So Nexus and Chill picks up a Merc camp right before this objective here, and that's really smart. The timing's just right for this, but they have to be very careful here, running into a setup point defense here.
Yeah, a lot of damage going out onto Aviato. They're going to have to spread out a little bit. They're taking so much hurt, and Johanna has to use the shield to get out. Yeah,
Falstad managed to sneak that objective there, but so did Nexus and Chill. Aviato.
Yeah, both teams still even, and it looks like they're racing down to try and beat this minion wave, and they do not do so. Power is taken down, a little bit of damage done to the fort as the teams return to their lanes. Medic and Thrall still at top, dealing with the Falstad, and Kael'thas all by his lonesome.
Yeah, a little bit of a party bush here going on. It's trying to catch one of them out, and they actually... Wow.
Yeah, they catch Johanna, probably the last person they wanted, but hey, whatever works, works.
Oh, and then they get...
though.
Yep.
And, oh, no!
They catch Raynor out of position and blow him up, but Johanna seems to be able to survive that wreckage there.
Well, still, I mean, to to adequately support the Johanna.
Ooh.
Kael'thas had to come down,
Oh.
and with all those cooldowns off from the previous gank, Johanna is taken down finally.
Yep.
Serious pressure on the bot lane here. Morales has to come down to rotate to mid, potentially going all the way to bottom. Nope,
Oh, that would be silly to go all the way down to bottom without...
well, currently, neither team really had, for like about a minute there, neither team had anyone in mid soaking any XP. Both teams very close to 8, both teams very close to 9, as another 2 altars spawn. In terms of talents, still maintaining very standard stuff, battle momentum from the Johanna. It looks like the medic is taking mostly grenade talents, clear and upgraded ballistics at 7 and 4 respectively.
So a little bit of a defense here at mid, because...
Oh, the monk is caught, but not finished off. Very close. Good work from the Tassadar to keep him shielded there.
Yeah, this is quite a scrap, and Li Ming's going to show her a little bit of her power here, because she excels at just sniping. But Kael'thas is actually keeping her at bay. Looks like the monk just barely escapes here, tries to stay in the fight a little bit to support, but looks like Aviato snuck the turn in there.
Yep, and it looks like we're going to trade 1 for 1 again. Li Ming's going to get the bottom one, potentially at the expense of her life.
Oh yeah, she's gone for that.
Another 1 for 1 trade in terms of the altars, but you know, throughout it all, Nexus and Chill maintains the XP lead and is going to ever so slightly edge out Aviato to 10. Let's see what their reaction is when they do hit 10. If they're feeling particularly aggressive, they are going to have the Li Ming up just in time to potentially catch something.
Yeah.
Alts are picked. We're seeing Disintegrate, Force Wall, Avatar, and Mighty Gust. I'm very curious about the Disintegrate pick. Li Ming had been building, for the most part, a teleport build, so you're seeing Calamity, you're seeing Aether Walker.
And 7-sided picked up. Oh, and an amazing pickup there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, make me eat my words. The Disintegration annihilates Kael'thas.
Yeah, the Gust into Disintegrate was a fantastic move there. You know, pushing everyone against the wall and then just grouping them, really, just for that Disintegrate to take do its damage.
Yeah,
it's terrible
effect.
damage.
Yeah, terrible damage. Kael'thas probably regretting that Gathering Power pick right now.
Although,
it's tough.
Interestingly enough, he picked up Pyroblast. That's an interesting one for this one. Although a full Gathering Power Pyroblast can be extremely scary in this situation.
I don't fault the Kael'thas for taking Pyroblast, honestly. People have been experimenting with Pyroblast ever since it got adjusted in this recent Kael'thas adjustment. And, I mean, a good Pyroblast with a sufficient number of power stacks can finish off people like Li Ming from a long distance. So I think that's what he's anticipating and trying to do.
All the alts go out here.
Yeah, Stim goes off on Raynor. Huge Sundering picks off several people here.
Including Tassadar, so there's no Force Wall to save them. Oh, the Pyro goes out on... oh, and a beautiful 7-sided to...
amazing 7-sided strike.
Yeah, to dodge that. That was amazing. That was excellently done. But
very disciplined retreat from Nexus and Chill.
Oh, great poke from Li Ming there.
Yeah, as Aviato just like lays into him with a whole plethora of alts. Every single alt used, I think, with the exception of Force Wall. I think Tassadar went down too quick for Force Wall to even be used. And potentially the Mighty Gust. I think that might not have been used. But all the other alts on cooldown, some of them are snapping back right now as we continue to sort of posture for position here in the bot lane. They're really looking for a scrap.
They really are. Can you tell me how many Gathering Power stacks are on Kael'thas now?
So right now, KT has just the one.
Really?
2% ability power. He's got 17 stacks of Mana Addict, so he's got a little bit of extra mana, 255. But nothing coming from Gathering Power.
Yeah, Aviata has to back up a little bit because Johanna's so low on mana there, and they really can't push this with her low on mana, and Raynor went up to deal with the Falstad push. Falstad really abusing his ability to move around the map very quickly here. But Nexus and Chill is getting in position here to punish this
Yeah, they invade
decision.
they invade the Merc camp, but a Sundering disrupts the whole attack, and Tassadar may just barely make it out with his life. Stimpack goes off again on Raynor. He chases the Tassadar, who's been pinged by a Pyroblast, and Raynor in the backfield, crushing everything. Li Ming goes down. The Monk, almost out of mana, may go down as well. Oh, the Stimpack falls off at just the wrong moment, but the Raynor secures the kill.
This is one of those what happened moments, you know, like you're going into to snipe this Merc camp, you know, you're just trying to catch him off guard. Well, nope. So that was very impressive and very well done from both teams.
Yeah, the Sundering came out almost as a panic, I feel, from the Thrall. They were pretty effectively invaded on that Merc camp. The Sundering came out and split Tassadar from the rest of the group. And as soon as they were split and the ults came out from Aviato, things started to get ugly fast for Nexus and Chill.
And Nexus and Chill on a full-on retreat at this point. It's kind of scary here.
Yeah, I don't know why Falstad continues to lane at this point. They're behind, yes, but he's not acquiring XP fast enough to help them win the 16. There he is. Now he's flying in.
Oh, that's a very dangerous flight there. Oh my gosh, he's going to get blown up for that.
Almost secures the gust into the danger zone.
Oh man.
Tons of deaths all around. Several members of Nexus and Chill taken out. Li Ming and Karazim still up.
Yeah, Kael'thas suffering again from a gathering power reset there. Li Ming trying to desperately.
Totally bottomed out on mana.
Yeah, and Karazim really needs to get out of there because he's not going to survive for much longer here. Li Ming coming into range.
There we go. Yep. All right, so even trade 3 for 3. What a scrap. Aviato still sort of comes out on top with that due to the tower that they just recently took. And, one thing going for Nexus and Chill, an even trade when your level's down is still a positive thing for the most part. They pulled a couple more ways in on the levels. They catch the fort, and that brings them even closer to 16. Nexus and Chill, despite losing that last team fight, may come out on top here.
Yeah, and especially this timing here, they're going to get this other tower, and it's going to be a decision from Aviato to whether or not to retake their own tower here or to go for the objective. 9 times out of 10, though, you should be fighting over the objective.
Yeah, let's see what their decision is. They feel they can burst this down fast enough? They do.
Oh, wow.
So they do go with the assistance of that Merc camp to finish off this tower.
That Merc camp was
just now, and they are able to contest this.
Yeah, like I said, that force wall, man, just giving that extra little time, although that wasn't enough.
Stim goes off. Raynor pushing forward, may catch the Li Ming or the Tassadar. There's lots of people close to dead here. Li Ming goes down.
Oh, that Stim
will
though
not be denied. No, Raynor pushing forward ruthlessly.
Yeah, this is kind of dangerous. They all got their they all got their fountain, but they're still not high enough to be able to contest this 4-on-3 here. So
Aviato moving to secure this Merc camp, another good idea. Falstad just flying out makes this a 4-on-2 accidentally. So yeah, Falstad moving to just continue laning. Now it's just a race to 20. If the Falstad feels that he can get his team that far forward in time, then power to him.
Yep. And this is troublesome for Nexus and Chill here. They are going to have to retake this tower, otherwise it's going to be a 5 damage shot from the next objective.
At this point, I honestly feel like Nexus and Chill should concentrate a bit more on staying grouped together as 5. You're seeing a solid 5-man roam from Aviato, and everything they touch is destroyed. So now they're pressuring this mid lane team.
Yeah, interesting. 9 deaths to 10. So for some reason, somehow they're able to soak.
Avatar popped by Murden, jumps out and just manages to survive. Johanna is taken down as a result, and Nexus and Chill pushes their advantage while Aviato retreats. Thrall has to sunder defensively to escape.
Oh, and that's Pyroblast denied there, and Kael'thas is going to get picked up for that. Oh my gosh, that was so much damage.
Definitely regretting the gathering power.
Yeah. Gathering power only works effectively if you're behind a big meaty wall like Johanna, and without Johanna.
Yeah, unfortunately, not sure if that was just a misclick on the healing or if there was something else going on, but Johanna just immediately disappeared as soon as Nexus and Chill decided to turn on her during that team fight.
This is kind of dangerous here. They're running it pretty close with these objectives versus the bottom tower. They're trying to get that last tower there.
Oh, the bullseye from Raynor almost secures a kill on Falstad at top. He's got to be careful here because Nexus and Chill may not be quick enough to
rotate
here. Now they do with Falstad's interrupt, and it looks like this is going to be contested here. Stimpack goes off on Raynor. Raynor going to town on Muradin, forcing the Nexus and Chill back while he tries to recap. Not sure why Raynor's capping if he's stemmed. There we go. Thundering is now up again. Are we going to see it from the Thrall? This is the perfect time.
Oh, and
there it is.
Muradin gets blown up there. Then that means it's going to be a retreat, full-on retreat. Yep.
The pyroblast on the monk, is he gonna survive? I don't believe.
Oh,
no. Yes, he does.
There's no gathering power.
Yep.
No gathering power just makes it very hard to capitalize on those pyroblasts.
So, despite starting with the numeric advantage, because of Nexus and Chill's decision to take that bottom fort, Aviato still had time to cap 2 of the 3 towers, and so now they're moving for boss. Aviato looking to take boss. 4 guaranteed damage onto the core, leaving Nexus and Chill with just 3 hit points on their core.
Yep. And everyone runs out here because they don't want to be. Kael'thas
again, and that is probably going to be the end of him. Oh, he manages to sneak out, but the
Nope.
monk secures the kill. Kael'thas and Johanna going down as a result of that scrap in mid lane.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage coming out, and there's just a lot of damage coming out from Nexus and Chill on some of these team fights, just blowing up Johanna, really.
Yes, a phrase not frequently uttered.
Truly.
But despite the level disadvantage, Aviato continues to lead the core damage.
Yeah.
28 hit points for Aviato, lots of cushion for them to take a shrine, versus just 3 for Nexus and Chill. Even with 1 bell tower being down, 1 altar is sufficient to end the game in Aviato's favor.
So they're taking advantage of the 5v3 right now to be able to take down some of these towers so that they can at least maybe put themselves out of danger. So right now they are indeed out of danger, being able to only take 2 damage from an objective cap at this point. And since the boss was recently capped...
Very luckily, a single altar spawns for Nexus and Chill. If this was a 3-spawn altar, you'd be seeing some panic in their movements right now.
Oh, yeah.
But thankfully, they only have 1 altar that they need to defend, and they're going to move into position to do so now. Aviato bursting down that bell tower, and we're sort of status quo. It looks like another scrap's going to occur. Johanna again out in front and obliterated by a 7-sided strike and leading combo. Sundering goes out and Falstad is picked off by a pyroblast.
Yep. Luckily, he was able to get that Mighty Gust out as well as his 20s. What was that called? The Wind Tunnel. That's it. To be able to basically force them away for that entire rest of the engagement there, and being able to confidently pick up that objective.
Since we are at 20 now and things have started to kind of slow a little bit, I'm going to take a quick look at the talents. We're seeing 2 bolts of the storm coming out on Kael'thas and Thrall. We're seeing 7-side strike, we're seeing transgression, so 4 additional hits on 7-side strike. Rewind from Muradin, wind tunnel as we noted on Falstad, and the temporal flux on Li Ming. Storm shield on Tassadar, so he has gone full 100% shields for days, forever and ever. It's going to be how Nexus and Chill tries to scrap their way out of this one. If a multi-altar, spawn occurs, they're going to have issues.
Oh, they go very aggressively in.
Walking directly into the team is blown up eventually here. Medic barely makes it out.
Oh, and the Tassadar smartly using his E to get rid of the Pyroblast, but unfortunately it's now a 5-on-3.
And Muradin just does not make it out.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a tough spot for Nexus and Chill. They're going to be there's going to be an altar spawning relatively soon here. It's been a while since the last one, and Aviato moves for a Merc camp, equally dangerous. At this point in the game, a full Merc camp also would secure them victory.
Yeah, that Morales. This is going to be difficult to sustain for Nexus and Chill here.
Yeah, the 3 members of Nexus and Chill have to defend 2 points against the complete Aviato team, who are just barreling down their location.
Mm-hmm. This is do or die at this point. So,
Johanna very far forward. The Rainer stim goes out.
Yep, and Li Ming suffering from the Kael'thas, but the Mist Sunder actually being able to,
Racecar Tassadar is stunned and blown up. It is now 3 members. Falstad is back up. 3 members of Nexus and Chill versus the 5 of Aviato.
Yep, and that's it. I think that's GG. Aviato.
Last shots. Yep.
Oh wow, great game from both teams there. That was very impressive. Being able to hold those team fights on Aviato's side, and just overall great engagements from both teams there.
No, that was scrappy. That was back and forth. We had a nice, I felt, evenly matched game. Despite what the HP on the cores say, those altar fights can go, those can swing very quickly, whether, one alt goes off correctly or not. No, I felt like the Falstad laning for as long as he did, despite the XP contribution that it gave him, it let Aviato roam so aggressively in the other 2 lanes. I'm not sure if that benefited his team or if it was a deficit. I can't really be certain of that one just yet.
Yeah, I don't think that was successful from Falstad. He did take a very AA-based build, and I actually personally think Boomerang does a better job of wave clear. But
definitely. Definitely, yeah.
And so the AA build would have been much more helpful in the team fights, and perhaps it would have been more beneficial for somebody like Tassadar to lane a little bit instead, or just do what the pros do and rotate in a 5 group, just clear each lane's creeps, 1 lane at a time, as a 5-man roaming gank squad of death, Bioball.
Yeah, I mean, but we saw the synergy between Morales and Rainer could not be denied. They were absolutely crushing it in the team fights. When that stim went off, Rainer was almost guaranteed. I think every time stim went off, Rainer got a kill.
Almost every time. There was one at the end when they were chasing, and it was sort of wasted. But overall, great use of stim drone on Rainer. It was just brutal to watch, really.
That last full team fight.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the monk just literally ride directly into the entire Aviato team, and I had to question that. And he took about 3/4 of his HP in the blink of an eye, and had to fall back, and that let them focus on Muradin, who was also, I believe, right next to him. I think that entry right there, just a little bit too soon. Taking that team fight before his team was there to back him up. I think that may have been sort of the beginning of the end there. I'd have to look at the replays again, look at the footage again to make sure. But like literally one team fight in the mid game goes differently. Aviato takes a bad scrap. Nexus and Chill gets the right number of cannon shots. It was 14 kills to 15.
Yeah, it was a very close game there. Both level 21. I mean, it ended up very close. Don't let the core damage fool you. Like I said, it's measured in the objectives in this game were measured in moments, not minutes, if you will. But yeah, the Morales was just not punished nearly enough for this particular.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had Falstad and Karazim, but they really didn't have, like... a punishing diver. Muradin can get in and get the stun off, but then he gets obliterated by Kael'thas, Thrall, and Raynor. It was hard to get at the Morales, and it shows. Morales dying only once in the entire game. Thrall never dying throughout the entirety of the game. So kudos to the Morales for their positioning and for their judicious application of the stim drone.
Absolutely, yeah.
That was a serious factor in their victory here today.
Mm-hmm. And don't let the 5 deaths on Johanna fool you. She was soloing a lot, and that was perhaps contributing to their team's XP match, really, of Nexus and Chill. I mean, Aviato, I don't think, was more than a level behind at any point in the game.
They were pretty close for most of it, yes.
Yeah, so it was probably... I mean, Kael'thas obviously doing a lot of siege damage and a lot of XP contribution, but Johanna really was... maintaining presence in the lane by herself, really, a lot of the time. So, great games all around. Any last words about this particular game? Anything? Any thoughts?
See, kids, you too can pick Gathering Power, die 5 times, and still win the game. Don't believe all the KT all the KT hate that's gone out. I mean, he's been nerfed, he's been changed, but you can still play Kael'thas and do just fine. I think Nexus and Chill was banking on that Jaina ban that they put out in the second ban phase, and we'll have to see how that goes.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Bro Side, and I see you in the chat. I'm not nagging on you, buddy. You got some very solid pickoffs with the Pyroblasts.
Absolutely. There were some choice pickoffs that really decimated their team. I mean, even at close range, Pyroblast does AoE damage. So, and it's not an insignificant amount. It's 405, which is half of the target damage. So a close range Pyroblast actually... really devastating. I think one of the fights you actually turned it around. I think it was that jump. You remember that Merc Camp jump?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. I mean, there were a lot of key points. This is a match where I'm probably going to go back and watch the replay. I do want to watch the replay to see what each team did. I'm curious if there were some 7-side strikes that were absolutely on point. There were some Tassadar shields that were absolutely on point. There were, a lot of things to glean from this game. So, very well played from both teams. This is a real pleasure to cast.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for now. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in, about 20, or not 20, I'm sorry, maybe 18 or... I can't do math.
We don't need the exact number. We'll be back at the top of the hour for our next game.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the clock and trying to do math in my head, and I'm not that good at math. Come on.
Oh, I don't believe you for 1 second.
I'm not good at fast math. I'm not good at math with numbers. I like letters. No, I don't like letters. I just don't like math.
You like anything.
All right. We'll be back shortly, guys.